Hello and welcome to episode 71 of Downtime Podcast with Jeremy and Alyssa. Today, we're back together.
Yes, we're back together. I'm back from a vacation/business trip, and I'm ready to record this podcast and talk about games and stuff.
Same. But how are you doing tonight, Alyssa?
I'm doing alright. Today was a regular day of work. Not so much going on. It's getting breezier for sure.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot colder as we get into October. Speaking of which is crazy because all the Spirit Halloween shops are popping up now that I've been seeing, and that's another added worry. I'm recording on a different mic today, so I hope that everything works out when all the tracks come together. And yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm
nice.
Okay. Yeah.
How was the weather during your business trip?
Oh, it was nice because I was in LA, and
yeah.
It was just up like a solid 75. Like sometimes during the daytime on one of the days it got to 100, but I was indoors, so I never experienced it at that point in midday.
That's good.
Yeah, I only experienced it when it died down to 80, and then eventually in the evening time it went to 70, 75.
That's
so
nice.
It was never that bad, or I never experienced the brunt of it.
You mentioned it's been getting colder in the Bay Area, specifically San Francisco, and it's always been like that. I feel like I've been experiencing the same weather pattern since June. So we haven't really had a really good summer as far as hot heatness wise, but there's usually what's called Indian summer in San Francisco, so we're hoping to get that either this month or next month.
I feel like in July there was a solid 3 weeks where it was pretty damn hot though.
Yeah, maybe not where I lived.
Oh, that's true because San Francisco's a bunch of microclimates.
Yeah, so if it was 75 downtown, it was like 50 where I live.
Yeah, makes sense.
But whatever. I mean, I just want to experience some really, really hot summer in the city at least once.
There was that one time, I think in like 2017, where the weather was freaking ridiculous and everyone went to the beach. So
I have to say that was the best. I'm only saying that because it was midnight and it was like 97, and I was like, I can't sleep right now, but I am awake, and this is awesome. The weather is so good right now. Oh man, I want that again. I really want that again.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh boy. So what have you been playing recently? I know you've been busy, traveling around, but you've probably had time for some games, right?
Jeremy, I have nothing to talk about today.
Okay, let me lead it. So I've been playing a little bit of Yakuza Kiwami too.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I have absolutely nothing to talk about. I know from the Discord there was a Nintendo Direct or something.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on, Jeremy. Like, to be honest, Red Dead could have come out this week and I would have not known that at all. That's how bad this is. I don't know what's going on.
I'm your connection to the video game world right now.
Okay,
so let me help you. Let me lead you. Take my hand and let us go on this journey.
Lead this episode, Jeremy.
What's it called? Oh, I just blanked out. Yeah, I've been playing Yakuza Kiwami 2. I'm on the beginning of chapter 4 when...
Are you seriously at the beginning of chapter 4?
And how far are you in the game?
I think that we're on the same chapter then. Surprise. Okay. We're on the same chapter. The crazy thing in chapter 4...
So I'm going to the store and I have to get medicine.
Okay.
That's literally where I stopped playing.
I got you.
Yes. So I'm there, but before that I've been doing all the sub stories that I could do up to that point, from the photographer one to the old lady to the guy with the guitar. The rich
freaking guy who needed tissue paper.
Yeah, and the guy that I could have got tissue from was in front of the Club Grand, but I didn't know that, and I went to the store and I bought 50 cents worth of tissue anyways.
Wait a minute. I don't know about that, because I also went to the convenience store. Was I not supposed to do that?
There's two options. You could have gone in front of the Club Grand, and there's a guy handing out tissues saying, "Oh, come to our club." And then after you get the tissues, Kiryu says in his mind, like, "Oh, maybe the guy at the bridge could use these." And I was like, "Oh, god damn it." But this is like an hour or two after I finished that.
Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that. I just went straight to the convenience store. And then conveniently, there was a gang in front of the store. So I had to proceed in bashing all of them against the shelves and the counter. And when I defeated the battle, they didn't even give me tissue papers.
Yeah, they're like, "Get out of here! You destroyed our shop!"
It's like, "Get out of here!" So
fine, I'll go to the Don Quixote. You know?
Yeah, I had to go to a different store after that. Who knew it would be such an ordeal trying to get tissue paper for someone who can't sing with a cold? So
right.
I know.
It's ironic because, Japan is a country of convenience, and yet this is an inconvenience for you.
I know. I will say, in terms of the storyline, it's a little bit, because we're at the same area, and there's like 3 different detectives that are on the radar right now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow. Or actually, technically, there's 4 detectives if you count, what's her name? Sayama?
Yeah, Sayama.
Sayama's boss is also... So there's 4 detectives in this entire game right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know who's crooked yet. You don't know what's going down. You probably... I mean, you know what Date is.
Date's not going to turn on you. Date is like the real homie. He's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, Date's a real friend.
Yeah.
How many of them? But...
Not many of them.
Not many of them. You don't know which detective is gonna screw you over yet, and so. But I'm waiting for it.
Honestly, I'm gonna make a prediction right now. I feel like Sayama might turn on you a little bit.
Do you think that it would be because she's threatened though, or do you think that she's been hiding it the entire time?
I feel like she's such a straight edge cop that she wouldn't be hiding it the entire time. And something might provoke her to make a decision that will hurt you. But at the same time, I feel like, this game takes so many twists and turns at different points in the story. So she could turn on you for withholding information. It wouldn't something that the player doesn't know.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think that she has a hidden agenda since the beginning of the game. Like, if she betrayed you, I think she would be threatened in some degree.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm excited for her and Kiryu's development together as different characters, because as we saw in that trailer, there's some kind of romance blossoming between these two.
I know. That's why I want to get through the storyline, because I want to see this romance play out.
I know. And
that's
it makes me excited.
And no lie, that's one of the only reasons why.
Yeah, no, me too, honestly. But the other reason for me is pretty huge is the Majima and Makoto Makimura. I want to see them meet up again.
Oh yeah, I need to see that. I want to play the construction minigame. I want
to play the host club minigame.
Oh dude, I'm already on it. I'm already like 7 hours deep.
Oh my god, I need to play.
So basically at the end of chapter 4, or not the end of chapter 4, but sometime in there, it's one of those times where Kiryu has free time until he has to return to something, and he discovers the cabaret club for the first time. And basically there's this girl with glasses, and she's the manager of the cabaret club, and it's called Cabaret Grand Prix. And before I left, I straight up the night before, all I did was play Cabaret Club.
Wow.
I know. But what else are you gonna do in Yakuza? Play the storyline? No.
Nah. I spent like a good hour playing Street Fighter. Oh, not Street Fighter, Virtua Fighter.
Dude, I was playing a little bit of Virtua Fighter too. I was kind of getting really upset because
me too.
Because Virtua Fighter basically has the same fighting mechanics that games had way back in the past with, for example, Tekken, where it takes 3 seconds to get off the ground, and the response rate is just so fucking slow. But
Yeah.
it's all good.
I'm not a huge fan of those old school fighting games simply because of the control schemes and the techniques used to play them. But I was trying to learn how to play Virtua Fighter by just playing it, and it was still hard and it was still frustrating for me.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Yakuza Kiwami 2, I was playing it right before we started recording this podcast, and I'm itching to go back and play it after.
Hey.
So, I just want to continue.
And find love.
Find love for Kiryu. Kiryu needs love.
And find love.
Yes, exactly. The story so far is pretty straightforward, I would think. There's the whole father-son dynamic. There's the whole redemption thing to it. There's the whole honor and balance thing to it. I think that it's shaping up to be a pretty good story so far.
Agreed.
So if you don't have anything to talk about on your end, maybe we can go into the direct that happened today.
Yeah, you gotta tell me everything, dude. I
will.
Know. I don't know what the fuck happened.
So, something to mention is that I watched this entire thing without any audio on because I was secretly watching it at work.
Oh, you didn't just watch it through your earphones or headphones?
No, because I was doing something at the same time. So I'd be like glancing down at it and also like... Yeah, and I didn't want anyone to think I was watching a video and when I had my earphones in.
Okay.
But at the same time, I didn't want them to think that I was... like, not slacking off. What's the word? Like, I didn't want anyone to think I was too distracted because there's a video in front of me.
For sure.
So I just had it playing in the background. I'll break it down a little bit because there's some things that I cared about and there's some things I just didn't care about. And I'm sorry if I talk about something that you don't care about, listeners, or something that you do care about that I just brush over. But there are a lot of things during this Nintendo Direct that I think were significant towards the future of this franchise, future of Nintendo. How do I put this? Nintendo is really, really good at pulling a Marvel, I would say. There's a lot of surprises around every corner. There's a lot of surprises when it comes to the games and reveals. Okay. So every Nintendo Direct is full of surprises, I'd say, but this one, there is a lot riding on it because there was a particular game that everyone was hoping that they would show, and I'll talk about that at the end of my talk. So, this Nintendo Direct, if you haven't watched it yet, or if you have watched it yet, I'll kind of like briefly go over it.
Why was there a lot riding on this particular one?
I wouldn't say a lot, but there was a large fan base of a particular game that was hoping that something would come out, or at least be talked about during this, and it did happen.
Okay.
So I'll get into that. So
okay.
The beginning of the Nintendo Direct, which is like around 38 minutes long, shows Luigi, and everyone's thinking, oh, this is just the Luigi's Mansion for 3DS trailer. It's actually not. It's Luigi's Mansion 3 that's coming out for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, it's a completely new game.
Yeah, and it looks awesome.
Wow, okay.
I own all the Luigi's Mansions, and I'm definitely going to get this one. I don't think I'm going to get the one on the 3DS simply because I don't really use my 3DS anymore. And I already own the one on the GameCube, so I don't really see a reason for buying another game twice. Although the Luigi's Mansion for 3DS, and they did mention it during this Nintendo Direct, is that there will be 2-player co-op in the game, which is something that really interests me.
Was there no co-op in the original game?
No, so the original game on the GameCube was actually a launch title for the GameCube, so there weren't too many features in that game. It was of a this is what the Mario game is for the this Nintendo console. Yeah. So you know how was Mario 64 launch title for the N64? I think so, but you know how
I'm not the right person to ask.
It's okay, but I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
So the every Nintendo console that comes out, there's always like at least a Mario launch title to go with it. But of course, with the Switch's case, it was Zelda. with the Nintendo GameCube for the Mario game. It wasn't even a Mario game to begin with. It was Luigi's Mansion. So it was a Mario Universe game. Aside the point, Luigi's Mansion 3 looks like it's shaping up to be a really good game. We'll see what happens in the future.
Cool.
After that, they show a Kirby game. Moving on. They show Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey, which looks really cool.
Okay.
And then they showed Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS. And then they showed some Blasters Yokai Watch game. It kind of looks like Ghostbusters. I don't know. And then they showed some Splatoon stuff. Then they showed Mega Man.
Didn't a Splatoon just come out last year?
Yeah, but it's DLC content.
Oh, okay.
And like more like an update. I think it's a free update. I don't know.
Okay.
And then they showed Mega Man 11, which is coming out. When is this coming out? October 2nd. And then they showed some Mario Tennis Aces content, version 2 update. That just disappeared from my mind. I have no idea what they showed there. And then they showed some classic arcade games from Capcom, like some beat 'em up side-scrolling games that are coming out on September 18th.
Yeah.
It's called the Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle. I forget which games are in there. And then they showed new Super Mario Bros. Deluxe Edition. So if for anyone that's listening and you played New Super Mario Brothers Wii U or U on the Wii or the Nintendo Wii U, they made a deluxe edition for the Nintendo Switch. So it's basically that game, but with all the features and all the content added onto it. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So on top of that, they also showed Katamari Damacy.
Oh my god, there's a new one?
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
It's called Katamari Damacy Reroll.
Dynasty, you said?
No, Katamari Damacy Reroll.
Oh my god, what are you... I don't know what... Damacy?
Katamari, you know Katamari Damacy? You know the game where you roll giant things?
Yeah.
No? You know the game where you're a little green guy and there's a giant king?
I do. It's called Damacy?
Yeah, what did you think it was?
I thought it was just called Katamari.
That's the full name is Katamari Damacy, but I don't know what that means, to be honest.
Oh no, I just didn't know that. I never knew that the full game was actually called Katamari Damacy. I thought it was just called straight up Katamari.
See, when I was growing up, I watched a lot of G4 TV, and they always called it Katamari Damacy, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so they never referred to it as Katamari, but I could see why you would get that frame of reference from just calling it Katamari, because it's easier. It's one word.
It's just one word, yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to pronounce. When you see Damacy after that, you're like, is that Damn AC? Damn Aussie? You don't know. No one knows how to explain it.
Damn AC.
Right?
Well, that's exciting. Is it a new Katamari?
Yes, it's a new Katamari, I believe. It looks like an older one, though.
Like the original?
I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. I think it might be the original, but for like an HD.
Oh, an HD okay, got it.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I just looked it up really quick now. It just says that it's Katamari Damacy, the first one, but an HD remake of it.
I see.
Honestly, I've never played this game, but I do want to play it now, and since it'll be on the Switch, then that makes everything much better.
Okay.
Also, some crazy stuff they announced. Nintendo Switch Online is coming out on September 18th, which is Nintendo's online service.
That's next week.
Yes.
That's in 5 days.
Exactly. So this actually comes with a lot of stuff that I might do. So they're featuring a bunch of retro games, first of all, which you can play. I don't know if this is extra, but I think it comes with the service. Save cloud data, which is pretty new. There's a smartphone app that I guess you could track stuff with. They have special offers, and there's a special offer that I'll talk about right after this. So
Okay.
here's the plans, and they're actually extremely affordable, like a lot cheaper than PS Plus and Xbox Live. So for 1 month, you can pay $4 and get 1 month of online. So for $3 or $3 for 3 months, you could pay $8, $7.99. For 12 months, you paid $20, and you can get a family membership discount for 2 accounts or more for $34.99 a year.
These are like the prices of, oh no, $34 a year for family accounts? How many accounts can you pair to that? Like 4, I'm assuming, or maybe
Up to
5?
7.
Up to 7?
7.
That's a pretty huge family.
That's a steal.
I'm impressed. It's not even $34 a month.
No. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, if my brother is talking about getting a Switch, so if he does, and I'll probably split online with him. This is like these membership plans are super affordable.
It's cool that with the Nintendo Switch, when it first came out, they were so much into the rarity of the Switch, and they barely released anything, and it's just like, look at us, like, if you have the Switch, you're special, but if you don't, then, haha, too bad. And
I think that's more of a stock issue, but yeah that you're probably right too. So they released the numbers for that, and then one of the special items I was talking about is actually, so if you're a Nintendo Switch online subscriber member, then you can opt to buy for a limited time these Nintendo NES Classic controllers for the Switch.
Okay.
And they're $60, and they look really cool. I'm considering getting them because I have a really big nostalgia feel for stuff like this, since my brother and I played a lot of the NES growing up, and seeing that brings back a lot of memories. And there's a lot of those classic NES games on Nintendo Switch Online, so I kind of want to play them classic style.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So
also, if you're selling NES style controllers, it's another appeal to that audience, because a lot of people are really into the whole retro thing right now.
Yep. True.
They look.
True.
I'm assuming they look pretty cute too. Because if you have the old school rectangle ones and they're for the Nintendo, you know what would be cool is if you could replace the controllers that are currently on your Switch with the new NES controller styles. But I don't know how big they're gonna be.
They're pretty small, similar to the original ones in size. Actually, they look a little bigger, but I don't know. This man's hands, you can't really tell. So they're pretty thick, it looks like, and they go onto the side of the Switch to charge them, but you can't use them as Switch controllers. You can only use them as NES Classic game controllers. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no like joysticks for shooting games or driving games or stuff like that. After that, they talked about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, just more details about the game. Stuff that I don't really care about. Sorry. Maybe I'll get it, I don't know. Then they released Diablo 3 Eternal Collection, or they talked about it, not released it. It's available on November 2nd. After that, they talked more about Mario Party, which I actually pre-ordered. I'm super excited for Mario Party.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's called Super Mario Party, available October 5th, and I already pre-ordered it, so I'm going to get that the day it comes out.
This is going to be similar to the kind of, you have 4 players and you're all playing party game, like really fun and whimsical party games of some sort, and then after 3 rounds there's a winner.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
I haven't played that in a while.
Yeah. Next time you come over in October, we'll play it.
Cool. Sounds good.
And then Game Freak, who makers of Nintendo games such as Pokemon, and I think only Pokemon, they released a trailer for a game called Town. It's a working title. It looks like a third-person action-adventure RPG.
Town.
That's all I could say. It's just called Town from Game Freak, the makers of Pokemon. It kind of looks like turn-based combat meets medieval steampunk stuff. I have no idea, but yeah, that's a game that's coming out, and that's a thing.
Interesting.
And then they talked about City Skyline for Nintendo Switch. It's basically a city simulating game, city sim builder.
They're putting SimCity Builder?
No, it's not SimCity. It's called Cities Skylines. It's like SimCity, SimCity, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know anything about SimCity building games. City sim building games? Because SimCity's a brand. City Sims is a genre. I have no idea.
If you can imagine Roller Coaster Tycoon except with buildings, skyscrapers, roads, and...
No, I've played SimCity before. I mean I don't know if the genre is called City Sim.
Oh, okay, got it.
I don't know. That's what I'm confused about.
Got it.
So that game's coming out for Nintendo Switch, which looks like if you like that kind of game, good for you. There's another game, like a mech game called Daemon X Machina that's coming out. There's Yoshi's Woolly World coming out. Well, not coming out. I think it's just...
There's a lot of things
Yoshi's
announced.
Crafted World. Oh, it's not Woolly World. It's called Yoshi's Crafted World.
There's a lot of things announced.
Yeah.
I think you've listed almost 20 games.
Yeah, there's so much more. So I'm just going to breeze through some of them because some of them are board games. Actually, Settlers of Catan is coming to the Switch, which I was surprised. Yeah, I know. I was like, what?
I didn't even know it was a game.
Yep.
I knew not a board game. I didn't know it was a video game.
They made it into a video game.
Wow.
So Civ 6 is coming to Switch as well. What is this? The World Ends With You Final Remix is coming to the Switch. Just Dance is coming. So avoid that. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is coming to the Switch.
Oh my god. Really? Crystal Chronicles?
Yep, and the trailer was all in Japanese.
That's
not all. That's not all. Final Fantasy XII, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, and Final Fantasy X are all coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, you said Final Fantasy XII, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy IX.
Oh, that's cool. How come they didn't include 8?
You know what? How come they didn't include 8? I don't know. How come? I don't know. So
they hella tiptoed and skipped over it.
Someone who loves 8 is gonna be like, oh my god, they got 7. Wait, where's 8? They got 9. They got 10. And they got 12. Where's 8? Where's 11?
Wow, I'm very amused right now. 11 was an online game.
How dare you? Yes, it was an online game.
Okay, I have to go on a quick side tangent because I'm very
go on.
I'm very surprised. I'm surprised and I'm not surprised. I think that Final Fantasy VIII has actually, it depends on how you feel. I didn't mind Final Fantasy VIII at all. I really like the storyline, but I can understand where people would be very confused playing that game. I don't think that the storyline in 8 is as straightforward. Then again, I'd argue that Final Fantasy VII's game is also not straightforward. But but what Final Fantasy VII has over 8 is I think Final Fantasy VII's their materia leveling system is easier to understand than Final Fantasy VIII, which is it's easy to fuck up the battle system in Final Fantasy VIII if you're not paying attention at all and you're siphoning mana from things that you shouldn't be siphoning from. and you're leveling up. Like it will make sense for people who've played this before and they'll get the comparison. But
Yeah.
I can see why they skipped over it, I suppose. But you hella skipped over it, like, is what I have to say to Square Enix. You basically jumped to everything else afterwards. You even included 12, to be honest.
Yep. So,
and I don't even think 12 is that great. So
a lot of people don't really think 12 is that great, and 13. A lot of people don't like 13 either.
13 is by far the most convoluted storyline of the entire series, for sure. I feel bad for it. Honestly.
I'm sure. Look, okay. I'm sure it's coming out. All right. It's not dead. It's not like writhing on the ground. It's coming. It's probably gonna be there soon. Fans just need to express their love for it, and it's probably going to come.
Squall is sitting in a corner with his huge sword and his black emo jacket that's puffy, and he's...
Excuse me. It's called a gunblade, please?
He's just sitting there with the gunblade, and he's waiting for Nintendo Switch. He's just waiting. This is so messed up. I just imagine he's like... pointing it at himself like Kurt Cobain. God, no.
Like Kurt Cobain style, like I'm just gonna do it.
Oh.
But the Nintendo's like, no, don't do it.
Oh my god.
That's really dark, but that's where my mind went when he said he's just sitting there with his gunblade. I'm like, is he pointing it at himself? Like, is he about to pull the trigger with his like big toe?
You see how I imagine it is more kawaii, where he's just hugging the sword and crying, and he's just waiting for someone to be his friend, aka Nintendo.
Yeah, yours is a lot friendlier than mine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, clearly.
I don't know why I thought of him trying to kill himself, Kurt Cobain style, but oh man, that was dark. Sorry if you're listening and that offended you. Oh boy, that's I don't know what I'm thinking about today.
And then what's the queen's name? Renoa. I think the main female character of this game is Renoa. And Renoa has a level. Or no, actually. Is it her mom? I don't remember 8 anymore. Damn.
Oh man, what? Come on. You're talking all about 8. And
all I know is the struggles I had playing 8.
Yeah.
And there's this one scene where they're in space, and it's probably like the most. So there's actually 2 scenes, and they're the 2 kind of like romantic scenes that everyone loves in Final Fantasy VIII. One of them is somewhere in the beginning, and Renoa and Squall meet for the first time, because I think they go to the same school, and that's how they know each other. And there's a ball, and they dance with each other. And Squall's awkward as fuck, or something like that.
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah. And then the second scene is the 2 of them in a spaceship, and it's like the turning point of the game. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, looks like I'll have to play it. Yeah, it looks like I've always been interested in the franchise. I think I mentioned this before, but a part of me doesn't have the patience for it. So eventually I'll get around to it.
They're all 40-hour games. Final Fantasy is one of those series where if you kind of started from the beginning, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily the beginning, but if you started earlier, it's a lot easier to digest.
Yeah, I agree. So after that, they released a trailer for an upcoming Smash bundle, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate System bundle, which includes the system, the controllers. The controllers have like a special Smash branding on it, and also the system dock has a bunch of Nintendo characters on it as well. And I have to say, I've been laughing at Mario's pose.
Okay.
In the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate like poster, but also like the box cover art for this. It's because his face looks scared, and it looks like he's stomping on a mouse. Like you have to look at it, Alyssa. It looks really funny. Everyone else looks really serious and fun, but Mario looks like he's scared of something and he's about to stomp on it. It's just so funny.
What am I searching again? Mario
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Nintendo Switch bundle, or you could just type in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate bundle. Do you see the picture?
Is it the box?
Mario? Yeah.
Okay,
box.
I just wanted to confirm before I looked at it.
Sure. Please tell me you see it.
I don't see it.
What? Really?
Am I looking at it? Maybe it's the angle of the picture that I'm looking at.
No way. Here, let me see if I can find a better picture.
I don't think it's that bad, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Here, let me send it to you on Discord.
Okay.
Okay, look at our chat, and I want you to tell me if that picture. I mean, it looks like Mario's about to stomp on something. His face looks scared.
He's definitely about to stomp on something.
He's like, get out of my house!
Yeah, he looks like he's about to kick you out or curb stomp you.
I don't like that angle of him. It just he looks too angry.
I don't think he looks as angry as like everyone else to be. Like whoever this person is, like with the water gun and the orange hair under him, looks a lot more angry than Mario does, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a squid kid from Splatoon. That's coming out November 2nd. And then, this is pretty much the end of the whole thing. It cuts to Isabelle from Animal Crossing, like walking around the mayor's office from New Leaf, Animal Crossing New Leaf. And this is when myself and a bunch of other Animal Crossing fans freaked out because we're like, oh my god, there's going to be a new Animal Crossing game for the Nintendo Switch. And this is what I've been telling you, Alyssa, since I got a Switch, and even before that, is that Animal Crossing is one of the games that I want on Switch badly. And that was one of the games that would be a deciding factor for me to get the Switch. So it was like Mario Kart, Smash, I forget, some other games, 2 other games, and then Animal Crossing was one of them. So it cuts to Isabelle running around the office, and she's like, "Oh man, I hope the mayor comes back soon." Which is the when you start a game in New Leaf, you become the mayor of the town. So she's referring to the player character.
Yeah.
So, and then the mailman comes in. He's like, "Oh hey, I got your letter," and she's like, "Oh boy, I hope it's the mayor letter or whatever." She opens it, and then it cuts to an angle of her, and she's all surprised, and she says, "They want me to be in Smash," and then I was like, "No!" So then it cuts to her in a trailer of Super Smash Brothers as a playable character. I was like, no, this is horrible. Why would you do that? But then I was okay with it. I mean, I was like, whatever. I mean, I'm okay with Isabelle being in Smash. I'm probably never going to play as her. But then it cut to Tom Nook, which is the store shop owner of the biggest store in the Animal Crossing games. He's sitting at a computer and he's watching the trailer of Isabelle in Smash, and he turns it off and he's like, "Hey everyone, that's awesome that Isabelle's in Smash. I just wanted to let you know that we haven't forgot about you, blah 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 blah." And it cuts to a screen that says Animal Crossing 2019 for the Nintendo Switch. I was like, yes!
So there's gonna be a new game.
Yes, there's no gameplay footage, there's no official title, it just says, "Welcome to Animal Crossing 2019, Nintendo Switch." And I freaked out. I was like, yes! And that's when it ended, right after that. It's such a tease.
No more Pocket Animal Crossing for you.
No, I've never played it extensively, but yes, that's right.
That's exciting.
Animal Crossing.
I feel like you were just talking about this a couple weeks ago, too. Or like a month ago. So, you know.
Something like, whatever. One of those things. But I got so excited. I was like, yes!
Oh,
my
man.
dream!
Dude,
my dream has come true.
I feel like they got you really good. Like, not just you, but anyone who was watching it basically thought that.
Totally.
Yeah.
They pulled a gotcha, you know, they're like, yeah, gotcha.
It's pretty crazy that it, you know, what are they going to do for this next game?
Who knows? All I want is 2 players split screen co-op. That would be cool. But of course, that's, kind of harder with today's games. But come on, that's all I ask for. I don't want to have to buy another Switch system. If you can play Pokemon Let's Go, let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee with 2 people. Why can't we have 2 of the same account on one game and play co-op? That'd be awesome. That'd be fun.
I'm sure.
I don't know. That's all I want.
I'm sure that'll happen. And then an expanded universe be crazy.
Oh, yeah. Just go out of the town, go to another city in the game, stuff like that. That's all I want. My Animal Crossing dreams are small, but so far they have been succeeded.
Yes.
And now comes the part where I will wish for what's in the game, not so much as the game itself, since it's already happened.
That was a very hefty Nintendo Direct.
Exactly. And mind you, I was watching all this on mute. So I was like quietly freaking out to myself. I'm like, oh my God. I was like going on the Reddits and I was doing everything I could to see what everyone was talking about. Those are my thoughts and opinions on the Nintendo Direct today, September 13th. If you are listening and you'd like to comment on that, let us know. Send us a comment through our email, contact@downtime.live, or join our Discord on our website, Downtime.Live, and join the discussion where we're talking about stuff like this.
Yes, definitely.
Other than that, do you have anything you want to add before we go on to our single comment?
No, I don't have any gaming news for this week.
Okay. I mean, this is the only thing I wanted to talk about gaming news-wise, since it's kind of fresh on the mind.
Yeah, no, definitely. It just happened today. But I actually don't know anything at all right now. Like, I have nothing to talk about. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good in the hood. It's all good in the hood.
It's all good in the hood.
Yeah. So, moving on to comments/questions, we have one comment this week from Downtime Podcast, episode 69. We have Hooded Dude who commented, Jairus is definitely one of the top guests you guys have on the podcast, with a smiley face. Thank you. And thank you to Jairus for being on the podcast and being a friend of the podcast and always filling in when necessary. Not that he is a fill-in, more of so like he's someone that I can always rely on to bounce ideas off of, bounce games off of. And again, Hooded Dude, thank you for your comment.
Dude, that episode was so funny. And also, like, there were just a lot of things that I just couldn't believe. For example, how someone finishes Persona 5 in an entire week. Like, how is that even possible?
He's still in school, so he basically had a week of break.
Oh, was this spring? No, it's not spring break.
It was summer break.
It's summer break. Okay. That was a pretty hilarious episode.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to do it with Jairus.
Yeah.
He's always fun to have on the podcast.
Oh, definitely. I was about to say, for a lot of new viewers, in my opinion, one of our best podcasts of last year. So it's one of the few podcasts I remember really well. If you want to listen back to our backlog, it's like I said, it's a bit outdated, but we talk about microtransactions in this podcast. Or no, we do talk about there's actually like 7 different podcasts where we talk about microtransactions, actually. But I
remember.
Yeah, but there's like this podcast that's straight up 2 hours, and it's with Jairus, and it's like one of, I think, our best episodes of last year for sure. If you haven't checked it out yet,
I don't even remember what number that was. Do you?
No, probably 20s. So.
Oh, it was in one of our early ones.
Yeah, it really was. So.
Check out our backlog.
Yeah, I've actually, our backlog is getting a lot more popular, especially after the previous episode we talked about looking at our Yakuza spoiler cast. So there's more episodes to watch, even though there's more episodes to listen to, even though that we talked about games from last year. If you want to hear our opinions of
all of our 2017 catalog is on SoundCloud. If you like SoundCloud, you can always listen to our podcast there for just the backlog stuff, but for the most part it's always going to be available everywhere else: YouTube, Podbean, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play Music. It's all there. So if you guys want to listen to it not on SoundCloud which I don't recommend since we don't update that platform anymore, then please check out our other platforms.
Definitely.
Yeah, thanks Hooded Dude again for your comment. Always good to talk to you guys on the Discord. So again, if you guys want to check out our stuff, go to Downtime.Live. Again, that's www.downtime.live to check out our podcast links, to check out how to join our community, aka our Discord, read our articles, our thoughts about video games. You can contact us directly at contact@downtime.live, or you can go to our website and click on the contact form, and that'll take you directly to a predetermined fill-in sheet where you can just fill in your information and submit a comment, question, concern, all that jazz.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's all I have, Alyssa.
Yep, that's all I have too. Yeah, stay tuned for next week. And yeah, stay tuned for next week.
Yeah. That's all I could say as well. Stay tuned for next week.
Stay tuned for next week.
More to come, maybe more news. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll get Spider-Man on Gamefly by then. But I'm not keeping my hopes up. But you know.
I don't want to talk about Gamefly in front of you. I don't want your hopes to be disappointed.
Oh my god.
All right, Alyssa, whenever you're ready, please close us out.
All right, have a good day, everyone. Thanks for listening to the 71st episode.
Have a good night. 71.
71.
Shout out to Oakland Sideshows. Bye.
Hey.